Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is something to do with hotel security. And that is, it's a question I'm asked all the time. If you're going to stay in a hotel, where is the best position to get a hotel room? What's the best floors, etc., etc. Now, this is where in most hotels you can ask to be put in certain areas of the hotel, certain floors, etc. So again, if you're worried about your security, make sure you speak to the hotel in advance, or when you go to check in, request a hotel room in the position in the hotel, the floors, the positions on the corridor that you would want. Now, the basic considerations for hotel security is always choose a room that are on the lower floors, that have access, that can be accessed by ladders, etc., that have escape routes if there's such a thing as a fire in the hotel. Also, from a close protection perspective, if you're working with clients, it's a lot better to have a hotel room at the end of the corridor near a fire escape than being stuck in the middle of the corridor. If you choose a room that's in the middle of the corridor, from a security perspective, close protection perspective, you're going to have unknown people, other guests walking past your doors all the time. If you're at the end of the corridor, it's a lot easier to control, and it's a lot easier to keep an eye on people, other guests in the hotel. And again, being at the end of the corridor, generally you have access to the fire escapes, which means if there's an emergency, you can exit the hotel quickly. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about, again, why you need to have access to the escape routes. Now, if there's an issue in the hotel, if there's a fire, if there's a terrorist incident, you need to be able to evacuate the hotel quickly. So this is where most hotels, when you go in, they'll have an official evacuation plan, assembly points outside the hotel, etc. Okay, that's okay if there's a fire. But again, if there's a terrorist incident, which has happened in numerous places, you don't want to be using the main escape routes and going to the assembly points, because you know what? The bad guys already know those routes and assembly points, and the chances are could have those routes blocked, locked, ambushed, or booby-trapped. So this is where if you need to evacuate a hotel in an emergency, you're better off using the more discreet routes. You're better off using the fire escapes and going through the kitchens and the unofficial the service entrances rather than the official evacuation routes. So this is where when you choose a hotel room, think about how you can escape from that hotel. It's okay if you're staying, you most probably can have very nice views if you're staying on the 50th, 60th floor of a hotel, but what's going to happen if there's a fire on the 30th floor? Are you going to be able to evacuate? Within that country, are there assets, fire assets, that can evacuate people from the higher floors of the hotels? In a lot of places, no. So you need to think, okay, it's okay having a nice view, but how are you going to evacuate in case there's a problem? Now, having evacuation plans in place, to me, is that should be part of your assessment, part of your protocols if you're going to stay in a hotel. You need to be able to escape. This is where I would always go for maybe the third or fourth floors. Ensure it's not easy for people to climb into your hotel via the balconies, climb into your hotel room via the balconies, etc. But also you're within reach of the ladders, emergency services, if there's an issue and you can evacuate. A lot of people, when they get into hotels, they think they're safe, but in a lot of places, as I say in other videos, most hotels, your personal security is not their concern. They want to get you into the hotel, fill up the rooms, and make as much money off you as possible. So your personal security is your responsibility. If you're in a place where there's a potential for terrorism attacks, active shooter incidents, you need to ensure you know how to evacuate that hotel as quickly as possible. Some people say you stay in place, etc. I would say you're always better off evacuating, and then once you evacuate, you know a safe area where you can go to. Evacuate the hotel, evacuate the grounds, and then go to a safe location where you can lay low or get help until the incident is over. Okay, so just a little little basic talk on hotel security, and why you need to be able to exit your hotel room and exit the hotel as quickly as possible in the case of an emergency. So I have other videos up that talk about hotel security, various aspects of hotel security. If you're an international traveler, it's something you need to be aware of, and what I talk about to me is common sense. And if you travel a lot, if you're staying in the hotels, you need to have your protocols in place, sort out a little checklist for yourself, etc. So when you get to the hotel, you can go through your checklist and ensure you're doing everything possible to ensure your security. Follow me along on social media. As I say, I've got a lot more videos up on various aspects of the security business, including hotel security. I also have a book up specifically that talks about travel security. To me, these days, if you're traveling a lot, you need to be aware of your personal security, because, as I said multiple times in this video, hotels, travel companies, etc., they just want to take your money. They're not worried about your personal security. So in the meantime, follow me along on social media. I'm up on the main platforms. I prefer LinkedIn these days. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, and try to stay out of trouble.